Okay, Chet, Amud Aleph, on the wide lines. Amar es Lakish. כל מי שיש לו בית כנסת בעירו ואיננו נכנס שם להתפלל נקרא שכן רע. Wherever there's a shul in the city. Now, why are we setting in the city? Because in those days, the shuls were in the fields. So if it's in the fields, it's not considered a bad neighbor. But if it's in the city and he doesn't go inside, he doesn't bother himself to. No. You go inside.
The field and doesn't have walls and stuff like that.
No. Shuls in the fields in those days, if he doesn't go there, sometimes it was even more than 4 mil. If the shul is far away 4 mil, every meal is 18 minutes, 72 minutes. If it takes you 72 minutes to drive to a shul, then you're not obligated to drive or to go to the shul. If it's less than 4 mil and it's in your direction, then you have to go. That's different halakha. But anyway, the Gemara says here that.
I'm assuming that doesn't count for women.
No, of course not. The Gemara says that if he doesn't go into the city, he definitely doesn't go into the shul, and the shul is in the city, then he is called a bad neighbor that doesn't want to visit his neighbors. He doesn't want to visit Hashem. שנאמר, כה אמר השם הכל שכניי הרעים הנוגעים בנחלה, אשר נחלתי את עמי את ישראל. So a shul is called Nachalat Hashem, the land of Hashem. And the Pasuk says, לנוגע בנחלה זו לרעה. Means if somebody doesn't go inside, as he disrespects the place, so that's שכן רע. ולא, אלא גורם...
How often are we talking about?
What do you mean how often?
I mean, does he have to go every single day, or if he goes once a week, or if he goes
No,
once a month?
when he can pray in the shul. When he can go, because in praying, and it's very easy for him, very easy to accomplish. It's very easy for him to go to the shul, but he decides he doesn't want to go to shul for some reason. If he's sick, he can't make it, that's a different story. But if he can make it, and he doesn't want to go, then it's called שכן רע. Why not? To go. Anyway you pray. ולא אלא גורם גלות לו לבניו שנאמר הנני נוטשה מעל אדמתם ואל בית יהודה אתוש מתוכם. But not only that, but he also caused exile to himself and his children. And we learn from that pasuk. And why galut? Why exile? Because he says, I don't want to be part of the gathering. I don't want to be part of the community.
Galut, like outside of the camp in the desert?
Galut, Am Yisrael, galut. From the land. Galut is from the land.
So you mean, like anybody who lives in the United States is already covered?
Not really, no. It affects us, it affects others, it affects his children.
That
says lo ulvanav. Okay? Okay. Gemara says, Amar לרבי יוחנן, אי כסה בבבל, תמה ואמר, למען יבואו בכם וימנחם על האדמה. כתיב, אבל בחוץ לארץ לא. Gemara says, how could it be that there's still elderly people living in Chutz La'aretz when it says that Hashem will bless people that live in Eretz Yisrael for long life? But that means that those that live in Chutz La'aretz overboard, they will not receive this blessing. So how can it be that there's still elderly people living in Bavel or in Chutz La'aretz? Ma says the answer is Kevan de Amr le Mekadme Umechashche לבני כנישתא אמר היינו דענה לו. כתמר יהושע הנביא לבני קדימו וחשכו והעלו לבית כנישתא כי אחרי דדוריכו חי. But once you hear that those old people come to shul and come early and leave and also leave after everyone, so that's a blessing for long life. So here's the formula. Here's the
people who live in Babel go early and stay late.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why they get
Make
blessed.
up for the fact that they're not in Israel.
Yeah, the shul is mini Israel. It's a small Israel. If you go and you come early and you leave late, then it will get the blessing. Okay? אמר רבי יחיא בר רבי חנינא, מה יקרא? אשרי אדם שומע לי, לשקוד על דלתותיי יום יום לשמור מזוזות בית החי, וכתיב בתי כי מוציאים מצא חיים. So Rabbi Shimon ben is saying, what's the source of this statement of long life in the shul? It says, we praise those that listen to me and come and guard the doors on a daily basis לשמור מזוק בתיכי, to guard the place. Now, so it says that a guard is a person that is staying in shul and he comes early to open the door and he leaves the last one because he's a guard. So if a person is acting like a shomer, coming to shul early and leaving late, then Hashem will provide them long life. It says Kimotzei Matzah Chaim, because the continuation of this pasuk is those that will be fine in the shul and find Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem will bless him with life. Amar b'chiza, לעולם ייכנס אדם שתי פתחים בבית כנסת. שתי פתחים זה כדתך? Gemara says a person should always go to the shul and he should first go a size of 2 doors and then pray. Like Gemara says, what does it mean? שתי פתחים זה כדתך? Are you trying to say that he should go to the shul through 2 doors, meaning he should come into with 1 door and leave with the second door? The Gemara says, no. שיעור שתי פתחים. אחר כך יתפלל. A person should go inside as a measurement of the size of 8 amot, because every petach, to go through a petach is 4 amot, and every petach has 4 amot. Yeah, in Babata we know that. And if he has 2 petachim, so then he has 8 amot. So don't just sit right next to the door. Many reasons why. One of them because it looks like you want to leave, or you're going to be disturbed by the passing by people are passing by or looking outside, right? You're not really coming to pray. You're just coming to do your job and to leave. So we don't want people to act that way, of course, but we don't even want people to look that way. We don't want people to see that they are looking that way. So that's why it's important to go inside the shul. The Gemara says, the Gemara brings 4 different explanations, interpretations of et metzor. So a person should always pray. Every pious individual should always pray for something that's necessary. Now, what's necessary? The et metzor means necessary. A person should pray for a wife, and if he has a wife, if he's married, then he should have a successful shlom bayit. If you find a wife, you find good. And therefore the Gemara brings a story about that. In Eretz Yisrael, במערבה, כנשיא ואין איש יתתה, אמר לאחי, מצא ומוצא. מצא דכתיב, מצא אישה, מצא טוב. יפה כרצון מהשם. מוצא דכתיב, מוצא אני מה מוות את האישה. So in Marava, they had this interesting question that they will ask the Chatan, is your wife a matzah or is she a motzeh? Is she a good one? As a person she matzah ita matzah tov? Or she's motzeh nita isha mavet? Yeah. Okay. There's an interesting Porsche I saw. Motzeh is you always find her in the streets. That's motzeh. So good. But motzah, kol poda b'melech pinima. She's at home. Okay. But there's like many pirushim.
Wait. You found a wife on the street and she's not a good one.
No.
Why are you marrying her if she's not a good one?
I didn't say she's not a good one. I said that if she's spending less time with her husband and spending more time outside for no reason, then it's not good.
Okay, not because she has a job.
No, of course not.
Or she's volunteering.
Chas v'shalom, no, 2023 now. Rabbi Natan Omer, the second pirush, Rabbi Natan Omer, לעת מצוא זה תורה, שנאמר כי מוצאים מצא חיים. A person should also pursue and look for Torah. Torah provides life. Rav Nachman, the third pirush, לעת מצוא זו מיתה, שנאמר למוות תוצאות. A person should always pray that he should have an easy departure, easy way of dying after 120. תניא נמי אחי, 903 מיני מיתה נפלו בעולם. שנאמר למוות תוצאות וכמעט אח יבוא, קשש בכולם אזכרה, ניחש בכולם נשיקה. Gemara says that there's 903 different ways of dying. I guess there's more, but at least there's 903.
There's a show called There's 100 Ways to Die or something like that.
Maybe, yeah, there's more than 100. But the Gemara says, and how do you know that? Because it says, Ma'abam betotzaot, it's a result. the numerical value of Totzaot is 903. Okay? And so that's why a person should always pray, since there's so many ways of dying, a person should pray that he should die in the best way, in a comfortable and easy way. Easiest way.
Isn't in Fiat Torah, isn't it the most painful way of dying is having your lungs filled with water?
No, no,
Which that's exactly what COVID is. That's what COVID is.
The most difficult one is Askara, it's to the throat, where he's choking until he dies. Right? Nichash Bikulan, the most easiest one is Nishika, as a kiss from Hashem, so to speak, a spiritual kiss. As you know, it was Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, correct. Gemara says Askara. Now we want to describe what is Askara. Damya kichizra vegavava. The amad velachoen nashra. It's like bundles of wool stuck into a tree that is kachom kotzim.
This is a charming conversation.
What is kotzim? Kotzim, it's like
Horn?
horns.
Horns?
Yeah. Horns?
Thorns.
Thorns. Thorns. Or thorns.
Like on a rope.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to separate the wool that's stuck in those kotzim.
Oh.
Thorns.
Keep it away.
Thorns.
Or the Gemara says it's or we can compare it to a very small hole, a very narrow hole. You're trying to put a string, a rope inside. It's very difficult. And we talk about ships that are going above places that cannot accept metal. There's a place in the sea that if metal goes on it, then it takes it, it swallows it. So if you put the screws or you tie it with metal, then it will ruin the cannot, and the ship needs to go to that place. It's not gonna survive. So that's why they have to put other materials inside. Okay, and it's very difficult to put those materials. Nishika adama kemishchal benita mechalba. It's like taking a nishika. It's very easy as a person is taking removing hair, a black hair in a cup of milk. So the milk is white, and this hair is black, and it's sticking out. You can see it. It's very easy to take it out. Finally, the Gemara brings the last one. A person should pray for a proper burial. From where do we learn that? So those that we should rejoice after finding a place to be buried. A person should always seek and ask for peace until the last earth that he's putting on that we're throwing on his grave. Ma says, a person should always pray, I guess in those days, but maybe even in our days, that you should have a proper toilet, a proper bathroom, because it's avoiding all the sickness. All the sickness is because when a person is holding himself, it's unhealthy. But if he has this bathroom next to his house, then it's a blessing.
Yeah, because back then they would have outhouses.
Our bathrooms are inside.
Yeah, what?
And they would have outhouses, like bathrooms that are like far away.
And nowadays, a person should pray for a nice bathroom. אמר לי, אהבה לרפם ברפופה. למען אלמור מילה מעליית הדאמת משמעת רבי יוחסה. במילה דבלי קנישתא. Please tell me something interesting or something that it's important for you and that you heard from Rav Chizda. Man says, that's what I heard. אמר לי אחי, אמר רבי חזדה, מה דכתיב? אוהב השם שערי ציון מכל משכונת יעקב. Hashem loves the gates of Zion. What is it, Zion? The gates of shores more than the gates of the houses, random houses. But if you just explain it as it is, it doesn't make sense. Of course, Hashem is found in shores and not just going to random houses. The answer is, we explain it, אוהב השם שערים, המצוינים בהלכה, יותר מבתי כנסיות ובתי מדרשות. בנו דמה וכיה בר עמי משפט גאולה, מיום שחי בית המקדש, אין לקדוש ברוך הוא בעולמו, אלא 400 של הלכה בלבד. So if a person is learning Torah and is learning halacha, that's Hashem's favorite subject. Hashem loves to see people learning halacha, and since the destruction of the temple, the most beautiful and nice thing, and desirable thing Hashem wants from people is to learn Torah and learn Torah in one place, that you just get one place to learn, and that place is where you pray. Gemara says, initially, I would go and learn at my house. I would stay at my house, and then I will go to pray. But כיוון דשמענה האדמה וכי הבא העם ישמע דאולה מיום שחרב בית המקדש אין לו קדוש ברוך הוא בעולמו אלא 400 של הלכה בלבד לא הבא מצלנה אלא אחד דגרסינה. But once you hear that it's important to learn and to learn where you're praying, then he will switch and change his custom. So you see this rabbi for so many years did the same thing, but once he realized that he's doing a mistake, he changed his mind. As though he was a great rabbi, it doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to change things. Although there was 13 shuls in Tiberias, they will only pray where they will learn, between the two pillars of the shul, and that's where they will pray. A person that is also God-fearing and also working hard for his livelihood is better than a person that is just Yireh Shamayim, just God-fearing, but he's not, but he's asking, he's begging for money, because that will lead to a problem in his Yireh Shamayim. Because if he's working, he's making a living, but he's also Yireh Shamayim, that's the best thing. But he's just Yireh Shamayim and he's knocking on the doors, asking for tzedakah. Then at difficult times, he will ask Hashem for questions, and then that will decrease his Yireh Shamayim. And we support it from the Psukim. We praise those that are God-fearing. But those that are working hard for their living, it doesn't say טוב לך, it's good for you. It just says good for you about those that work hard. Gemara says, אמר רבי חייא בר עמי, משפט דאולה, לעולם ידוע אדם במקום רבו, שכל מה ששמי מגירה קיים, לא נשא את שלמה בתורה. It's very important that a person should live not far from where his chacham, where his rabbi is living. This example is from Shlomo Melech, when Shimei ben Gera was his rabbi. As long as Shlomo was living next to his chacham, he didn't marry the daughter of Paro. Once he passed away, then he felt like, okay, I know, now it's time to get married to this Bat Shlomo, Bat Paro. Prior to that, he was afraid from his rabbi. He would listen. He knew that he's going to get rebuke from Shimei ben Gera, so he didn't do it. One says, 1 second, Vatanya, al yadu, but it says in a different bite, a person should not live where his chacham is living. It's a contradiction. One says, lo kasha, adi kaifle, adi la kaifle. Depends. This person is too independent. He doesn't want to listen to his rabbi. Yeah, he's rabbi, yeah, but he doesn't. He's not subordinate. He doesn't listen to him. If that's the case, don't live next to him. Why? Because if you live next to him, you're not going to listen to him. Then it becomes sins that you do deliberately. But if this Talmid is humble, and he says, that's my rabbi, I listen to him, so no problem, live next to him, because you don't listen to him. Okay, so it depends what's your status, what's your platform. The Gemara says, Amar Abuna Ber David, Amar Menachem. Interesting, Rabbi Menachem. Amar Rabbi Ami. My dichtiv ozvei Hashem michilu. What does it mean, those that forsake me will be destroyed? Zeh maniach Sefer Torah v'yotze. Those that are in the middle of tefillah, the Sefer Torah is open, and they leave. Right? So that's kind of a person that's leaving Hashem. Right? Because we learn a different Gemara. Al ma avda haaretz al ozvam et torati. Why was the land destroyed? Because they forsake my Torah. They left me. So the same thing here, when Sefer Torah is open and he's leaving, that's not good. Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Abu Nafik ben Gavra legavra. Rabbi Abahu,
Close your books before you go.
what?
So you have to close your books before you go.
No, I'm talking about the Sefer Torah. When you're reading from the Sefer Torah in Shul.
Oh, that's good. So,
Yeah. Rabbi Abahu Nafik ben Gavra Lagavar. Rabbi Abahu will leave between one aliyah to the second aliyah. Bar Papa ben Psuka Psuka Amar. What's the halacha leaving between psukim? Between verses? Teko, he didn't have the answer. The halacha is that we don't live between psukim because it's very close to each other. Very difficult to live between psukim. Yeah. Rav Sheshet, Gemara says, Ma'adar Ape v'garis. Amar Ana b'yidan ve'inu b'didu. Rav Sheshet would sit and learn, but he played nets, and he's there. He will open his book and learn, and he will switch direction, change his direction, facing the other side. He will say, I'm learning my stuff, and the people of the shul is listening to the Torah reading. Tomorrow we're going to look at the Tosfot, very interesting and important. Amen. Amen.